Welcome back. We're about to talk nutrition now. And of course, today we'll be talking about access to diabetes care with registered nutritionist Folashade Babatunde. She is the founder of Persera Nutrition, which aims to help individuals build a better relationship with food. Welcome to the show. Good morning. I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm very well too.
Okay, so now I know diabetes is a word we actually hear quite often because I think I was reading something I realized over 500 million people have diabetes in the world, and I feel that's that's a large number.
Yes.
Right. So we're talking about access to diabetes care, which was actually the theme of the World Diabetes Day that was on Sunday. So now, from the point of nutrition, what would you advise us to do?
Okay, so fortunately Sunday was World Diabetes Day, and then we realized that after almost 100 years of insulin invention, we still realize that a lot of people can't even access health care. We have so many factors, economic factors, and in Nigeria it's even very worse. And so and another key factor to diabetes care is that nutrition is a very, very important part of diabetes management care.
Yeah.
And many people don't pay attention to that part of diabetes. And unfortunately, even if you're using the medical treatment, it's still very important that you pay attention to nutrition to have to be able to attain better blood sugar control.
Okay.
And so I just want to say that nutrition is very key.
It is.
Yeah, and then there are so many misconceptions about what exactly you should even do if you have diabetes, and then you have with your diet, right? Some people tell you don't eat this, don't eat that,
Exactly.
and so many
So
don't
I was actually
eat.
going to ask, right? I know some it's hereditary. Some people say diabetes is hereditary, right? However, I know nutrition is a major factor when it comes to it. So nutrition, so how can we avoid getting diabetes, starting from there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So nutrition is very key in the prevention, and
Yes.
of course very key in the management of diabetes. And so there are different factors, risk factors. Hereditary is one, being overweight is another. When you're overweight or obese, that's another factor.
Yeah.
When you have high blood pressure, it also puts you at risk. When you have what we call a PCOS, the polycystic ovary syndrome, it also puts you at risk. And then when you have diabetes while you're pregnant, yes, so this is you didn't have it before, but then while in pregnancy, you were diagnosed with diabetes. It's called gestational diabetes. And so that also puts you at risk. And so, but then to prevent it, lifestyle and your diet is, two important things in
Are there
the prevention.
particular things we should or should not be eating?
Yes, also looking at your diet, for example, you want to ensure that you're eating enough fruits and vegetables, for example. You're paying more attention to adding whole grains. You're watching your portion. So a lot of times, I think we Nigerians, we eat even more than what our body requires.
Yeah, true.
Then we have the consumption of unhealthy food, unhealthy fats, excess sugar, and all of this puts you at risk of gaining excess weight. And then when you are overweight, you have the risk of becoming diabetes. We also have a situation where people live sedentary lifestyle. They are not so active. They don't do exercise. And so exercise has also been shown to help prevent the risk of developing diabetes.
Okay.
And so these are some of the things that people can begin to do. Pay attention to your diet, ensure that you are consuming enough fruits and vegetables. Avoid excess fat, sugary drinks. You have so many of them, and it seems that's just the convenient thing a lot of people want to do. You're going for the junk food. You try to avoid a lot of that, and then
okay, so I just want to clarify something from what you said now, right? So I think there's a misconception, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Some people believe that, fine, you can get diabetes from eating a lot of sugar. And people think, okay, fine, it's direct sugar. So once I don't eat sugar, I cannot have it if I don't have it in my lineage, you understand? So what is sugar only it, or other foods that happen to translate and convert to sugar or glucose after it's eating?
So it's one of the myths that sugar causes diabetes. However, sugar doesn't cause
direct
diabetes.
Okay, yeah.
Right? What causes diabetes is the fact that the organ that produces insulin is not producing enough. Insulin is the hormone that helps you regulate your blood sugar. And so when it's not producing enough insulin, or it's not producing insulin at all, then it leads to diabetes. And then we have the type 1, which is no insulin at all. And then type 2, you're not producing enough insulin.
Okay.
But where sugar can lead to you having diabetes, when you're consuming excess sugar, which can lead to you being overweight. And then when you're overweight, of course, you have the risk factor of developing diabetes. And so that's it. And saying that all the food we eat, for example, all the carbohydrate food we eat end up yes, into glucose, right?
Glucose,
so whether you're eating eba, or you're eating yam, or you're eating rice, everything. But then what we advise is that for the refined sugars, try as much as possible to limit, because they provide you with little or no nutritional value.
True.
Right. So try to limit that. It's not that you can't even eat sugar, but then how much should you eat? For example, what is recommended is that for adult women, you consume about 25 grams of sugar. That's about 6 teaspoons. And then a bottle of soft drink contains even way more than that, right? And then you will still eat that with biscuit or something else. And look at what you're consuming in total.
True.
So it's not like you can't take sugar, but how much should you take? And you need to pay attention. Then also the overall diet. Are you eating enough fruits? Are you eating enough vegetables? Are you consuming nutrient-rich foods that can help you, reduce the risk of diabetes? Okay,
so now we've spoken about, preventing. Now let's talk about maintaining, how nutrition assists us in maintaining diabetes. Or maintaining, you should understand what I'm trying to say. Exactly. Oh yeah, so help us with that one.
Here, nutrition plays a great role. Number one, your nutrition is to help you maintain your health and also to prevent or delay the development of complications of diabetes. And so when it comes to this, a lot of people say don't eat it, but you can. There are several things you can eat. You can eat your rice, you can eat your yam, but then you need to pay attention to the portion sizes of this food. There's something we call carbohydrate counting. How much, we know carbohydrates is a major nutrient of concern when it comes to diabetes. How much should you eat per meal and how much should you eat in a day? And there's we know a lot of people say, oh, special diet, this is, eat this, eat that. But at the end of the day, how much carbohydrate are you consuming in your food? What are you also adding to it? So you're paying attention to the portion sizes. You're adding healthy, protein and also healthy fat just to ensure that the carbohydrate there is well controlled. Yes.
Thank you so much. I've learned so much by just this few minutes. I have more questions, but we have to go now. Thank you so much. Definitely looking forward to having you again next week. So Wake Up Nigeria is here to literally, in fact, give you everything you need and even more. So make sure you do not touch that dial. We'll be right back with more.